Malcolm Gladwell, David and Goliath, The Triumph of the Underdog. Welcome to the captivating world of David and Goliath, The Triumph of the Underdog by Malcolm Gladwell. This book offers an intriguing exploration of how underdogs can rise above challenging circumstances and overcome the odds stacked against them. Delving into the themes of challenging social norms, leveraging adversity, and the impact of unexpected strategies in overcoming powerful opponents, this book's summary offers a thrilling journey through historical and contemporary examples. Prepare to be enamored by how ordinary individuals have successfully carved their own niche in the world and transformed the course of history, inspiring you to re-evaluate your perceptions of success and conventional wisdom.
Carve your unique path. As we progress through life, we often find ourselves comparing our skills and achievements to those of our peers, the best of the best. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and ultimately inhibit our personal growth. Instead of trying to compete with the elite, we should focus on pursuing our unique passions and carving our own niche. By doing so, we can create our own path to success and ultimately change the course of history, just as the Impressionist painters did in 19th century Paris. Throughout our lives, we constantly adjust and adapt to new environments, from primary to secondary schooling and beyond. With each transition, we encounter increasing numbers of peers, many of whom possess skills and abilities that surpass our own. Seeing these accomplished individuals can trigger a desire to compete with them, striving to join the ranks of the elite and match their level of mastery. However, this mindset is fundamentally flawed. Rather than empowering us, attempting to rival the brightest people can result in relative deprivation, a sense of lacking compared to our high-achieving peers. This damages our self-esteem and undermines our confidence in our own abilities. The pressure of competition experienced by talented individuals who choose to attend elite universities, for instance, can lead to increased dropout rates compared to those who opt for less prestigious institutions. So, what is the alternative to constantly comparing ourselves to the most accomplished in our field? The answer lies in carving a niche for ourselves and embracing our unique passions, undeterred by the quest for peer recognition. History is rich with examples of individuals who found success not by competing against the best, but by forging their own paths. Consider the case of the early Impressionist painters in 19th century Europe. Their avant-garde style was rejected by the Paris Salon, the continent's most prestigious art exhibition. Instead of succumbing to the pressures and opinions of the elite, these artists chose to exhibit their works independently. Their determination to follow their own paths ultimately changed the course of art history. By choosing to focus on our own unique journey rather than constantly competing against the elites, we too can make a lasting impact in our respective fields. Perils of Privilege. Although a privileged upbringing seems advantageous, it can, at times, hold children back from reaching their full potential. Excessive wealth can foster dependence on parents and hinder the development of essential values like hard work and independent thinking. Illustratively, a child from a modest background who learns from financial struggles may not be able to pass on the same lessons to their own children. Overly exclusive education can also be disadvantageous. While private schools promote small class sizes, an environment with too few students deprives children of important interactions and diverse perspectives, limiting their ability to learn and grow. Ultimately, having too much privilege can lead to unintended drawbacks, as it may impede children from developing valuable life skills and gaining a well-rounded education. The power of slower reading. Think about this: a bat and a ball cost $1.10, and the bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Though it's tempting to say 10 cents, the correct answer is actually 5 cents. Such errors often happen because we read too quickly and impulsively, missing crucial information. When forced to read slower, as happens when a text has a difficult font or if someone has dyslexia, we make fewer mistakes, better comprehend the material, and sometimes even develop new skills. For instance, renowned lawyer David Boies, who has dyslexia, became a better listener. Slowing down has unexpected benefits in learning and understanding. Trauma fuels genius minds. Numerous acclaimed individuals, including writers, scientists, and presidents, have experienced the loss of a parent during childhood. While this trauma is psychologically damaging, it often fosters a strong drive to succeed, creating resilience and ambition that might not exist otherwise. A prime example is Emil Frierreich, a medical scientist who triumphed over early adversity, eventually developing a highly effective treatment for childhood leukemia. Keats, Wordsworth, and Swift, great writers who share a common, dark thread, losing a parent before adulthood. They were not alone. A significant portion of notable achievers, from renowned biologists to American presidents, have also endured this early trauma. Research reveals that an astounding 45% of individuals in encyclopedias lost a parent by age 20. Counterintuitively, this tragedy doesn't hinder their prospects. Rather, it propels them to excel in their chosen fields. Defying unfavorable circumstances can develop genius by fueling ambition and resilience. Surprisingly, growing up with the support of both parents may limit one's drive to succeed. Consequently, adversity often births innovation. Illustrating this phenomenon is Emil Frierreich, a notable medical scientist. After losing his father to suicide and grappling with poverty, he pursued education as a means of escape. Driven by his difficult past, Frierreich devoted himself to finding new leukemia treatments, culminating in a groundbreaking cure with a 90% success rate. His tragic childhood ultimately molded his unwavering determination and tenacity. Embrace unconventional tactics. In real life, underdogs rarely win in direct confrontations with stronger opponents. However, by employing unexpected tactics rather than conventional ones, they can significantly increase their chances of success. This can be observed throughout history, particularly in warfare. Underdogs should focus on their unique qualities and maximize their strengths while evading situations that play to their opponent's strengths. By doing so, they can achieve surprising victories, as demonstrated by T.E. Lawrence's triumph over the Turks in 1917. Historically, underdogs have found success by avoiding head-on clashes with stronger competitors and employing unconventional methods. Small armies with limited resources have often triumphed over powerful foes by targeting transport and communication systems, rather than engaging in open battle. Studies show that underdogs using guerrilla tactics like these win 63% of the time, compared to a mere 29% when using conventional approaches. To select the most effective unconventional tactics, underdogs must look inward and capitalize on their own assets. By identifying and leveraging their unique strengths, underdogs can avoid playing their opponent's games and create opportunities for surprising victories. A prime example of this mindset can be seen in the story of T.E. Lawrence, known as Lawrence of Arabia, who led a small group of Arabs against the formidable Turkish army in 1917. The Arabs had little combat experience and lacked modern weaponry, but they were skilled at navigating and surviving the harsh desert. Rather than challenging the Turks with traditional warfare, they used their knowledge of the desert to launch a surprise attack from the unforgiving Syrian landscape. This approach allowed them to seize a vital port city and expel the enemy forces. The story of Lawrence of Arabia serves as a powerful reminder that underdogs can achieve unlikely victories by concentrating on their own talents and adopting creative strategies. By embracing unconventional tactics, they can level the playing field and challenge even the most formidable opponents. Hidden tactics of civil rights movement. The 1960s civil rights movement, despite its righteous image, cleverly employed deceptive strategies to build momentum against its powerful adversaries. Organizers amplified the perceived size of the protests by timing them with worker exits from offices while incorporating local children into the rallies. This helped create the illusion of a vast and forceful movement ready to confront their oppressors. Activists also used manipulative tactics to achieve widespread media exposure, such as provoking violent police responses in the presence of photographers. This entailed feigning shock at police brutality while secretly welcoming the publicity it generated. As a result, such tactics played a crucial role in securing the 1964 Civil Rights Act and ultimately advancing the movement's goals. Embrace disagreeableness for success. Oftentimes, history's revolutions and innovations emerge from those who challenge the status quo, deviate from social norms, and exhibit disagreeability. To achieve true success, it's crucial to ignore potential criticisms and focus on promoting one's own ideas. Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, exemplifies this trait. Despite facing immense pressure and the threat of being branded a traitor, he boldly pursued unconventional business strategies, ultimately leading to IKEA's significant growth and success. In a world where everyone conforms to popular beliefs or bows to authority, innovation would come to a standstill. The true drivers of progress are those who confidently break the mold, the disagreeable ones. Psychological studies of entrepreneurs corroborate this assertion, highlighting their high levels of disagreeableness. Consequently, don't fear unsettling people on your journey to success. Pursue your own ideas relentlessly, even at the risk of damaged reputations. Single-minded determination often yields extraordinary results. Ingvar Kamprad's story demonstrates this best. When Swedish suppliers boycotted IKEA due to its low prices, Kamprad didn't capitulate to their demands. Instead, he shockingly turned to communist Poland for business during the Cold War, a daring move that became the catalyst for IKEA's meteoric rise. Ultimately, it was Kamprad's defiance of social acceptance that birthed the IKEA empire, showing that challenging the norm is essential to achieve great triumphs. The paradox of punishment. Underprivileged circumstances can lead to crime and create a vicious cycle of violence. Attempts to counteract crime through harsh punishments may backfire, as shown in the example of Northern Ireland in the 1970s. A better understanding of human behavior and community dynamics is vital for breaking the cycle. The world often celebrates underdog stories, from rags to riches or defying odds against established giants. However, living in disadvantaged conditions doesn't always guarantee personal triumph. In many cases, the unfortunate reality of poverty creates a breeding ground for criminal activity, becoming a warped David versus Goliath scenario where Goliath is the government attempting to maintain law and order. The notion that human behavior and the concept of orderliness can be quantified has driven some thinkers to argue that criminality can be prevented through increasing penalties. This perspective follows a simple calculation: if criminal activities become inconvenient or costly enough, people will perceive the risks as not worth the rewards. Despite its seemingly logical roots, this theory collapses in the face of evidence. Increasing incarceration rates don't guarantee reduced crime levels. A particular study points out that when over 2% of a community's population is imprisoned within a single year, crime rates in the following year actually rise. The destabilizing effects of incarceration impact not only those in prison but also their families and communities. Children with incarcerated parents are more likely to follow a path of criminality, as they lack stable support and financial security. This cycle of escalating penalties and crime is evident in the case of Northern Ireland during the 1970s. The British government tightened its grip on the predominantly Catholic minority in response to sectarian conflict. Heavy-handed tactics led to greater radicalization among the affected communities instead of achieving peace. The government's actions served to fan the flames of an already heated situation, resulting in increased violence. In conclusion, intensifying penalties has its limitations and may even be counterproductive. A deeper understanding of human behavior and potential alternative strategies is crucial to break this destructive cycle. Bridging authority-public divide. Often, people believe that authorities should only enforce the law and remain indifferent to public opinion. However, this can lead to mistrust between the two sides, causing a lack of law obedience. Creating a positive relationship with the community is crucial for authorities to combat crime effectively. One approach involves engaging with people at a more personal level, making them appear more human and understanding. This fosters trust between both parties and leads to a significant decrease in criminal activities, as the authorities are no longer perceived as adversaries. Ensuring that those in power act justly and give a voice to those who feel unheard is vital for a harmonious society.
In David and Goliath, Malcolm Gladwell elucidates the hidden strengths of the underdog and reveals the surprising ways in which adversity can push people towards success. By examining the stories of individuals such as David Boies, T.E. Lawrence, and Ingvar Kamprad, the author urges us to explore the distinctive traits, innovative strategies, and unique talents that make even seemingly disadvantaged people successful. Gladwell demonstrates that social acceptance, traditional hierarchies, and conventional wisdom often fail to factor in out-of-the-box thinking and unrelenting perseverance that underdogs possess. Moreover, this book reminds us of the myriad pitfalls that can arise from excessive privilege, extreme retribution, and a sole focus on conventional success. Ultimately, David and Goliath emboldens us to challenge the status quo, embrace our individual strengths, and strive for greatness in unconventional ways.